2009, since Codemasters took the F1 licence away from the likes of EA and Sony, we have seen a steady progression in the game series. Formula 1 2011 brought DRS and KERS, and F1 2012 improved on this with a season challenge and a champions mode to boot. Is F1 2013 a big improvement from them? The answer simply is yes.
This is F1 2013. In this mode, you'll have the opportunity to race classic Formula 1 cars from different eras in a number of different game modes.
One of the ways that Formula 1 2013 improves on the predecessors is the inclusion of the new mode Classics, featuring drivers, cars and tracks from the 1980s and 1990s, such as the Williams FW078 and the FW148, to the Ferraris from 1996 and 1999, which includes Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine, including Jody Scheckter, Damon Hill, Nigel Mansell, Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna. At the time being, there were only 4 tracks included, 2 of which are included in the Masters Edition, but will later come down as DLC. The tracks are Estoril, Brands Hatch, Imola and Jerez. Driving these cars are nothing like the arcade style of previous games such as F1 96 and 1997. The cars are a lot tougher to ease into the corners.
It looks like you've picked up some debris on the tyres. You'll lose some grip until it wears off.
It is a shame that there are not more manufacturers included like McLaren and Benetton, but this Classics mode still provides nostalgia to all the older racing fans like myself. Much like the older era of cars, Codemasters have included the old style pit stops, a change of HUD, and the aesthetics of the cars and the sounds are just as they should be. The turbo engines will give the developers a great heads up for next year's regulation changes. From Imola we now go to Estoril, driving as Nigel Mansell and the Williams. Codemasters have included a sepia tint to replicate the TV style at the time. Cars are also much tougher to drive, and the huge aesthetic changes you'll see replicate that era also with the huge rear tyres. The weather dynamics were improved in F1 2013. Heavy rain and spray can be unbearable at times and really affects the racing. Time Attack, Grand Prix and multiplayer are included with the classic section, but scenario mode stands out the most. Featuring bronze, silver and gold difficulties, this mode keeps you coming back for more. The modes are different and varied. You can start at the back of the grid, you've got to chase the pack, and also include safety car situations. Celebration animations have not been updated and do get a bit boring, much like Sebastian Vettel, but there's one finger gestures that he does every single time he wins a race or qualifies first. If scenario mode in Classics provided longevity, then the same is featured within the modern era of cars, following the same structure, giving you bronze, silver and gold on how well you do. This time the cars are of full power with the modern era. Racing in a Marussia, you know that you won't be as high as 13 for very long. Season Challenge makes a welcome return to F1 2013. Much like last year, depending on which difficulty you choose, you'll be limited on which team you can race with. Menus are much more streamlined and there's no more waiting for the emails to load up on a separate screen. Just select your rival and go racing. I'm glad that Codemasters have actually mixed the races up this year in Season Challenge. Definitely an improvement. Each team has its own driving style, and the lower the team, the more difficult to drive. This Force India, for example, does not have the best of downforce and requires a lot earlier braking into the corners. One-shot qualifying is used in Season Challenge and is the best way to go. The ghost of the fastest car will be present as a guider to what you need to beat, and in the main race there's 5 laps to race with. For the core game, a season mode is back. There were a few subtle changes to the game, much like in real life. The DRS system is available only in certain areas of the track, not all the way through. The R&D development phase is all there as well. You can change through your progression with aggressive, and you become the number one driver by completing all the objectives. You also offer contracts midway through the season too. Should you want to see a preview, press the triangle or Y button and Anthony Davidson will take you through the tracks. Another feature of F1 2013 season mode is 100% races with the option to save midway through. It's better and more challenging with the higher difficulties, meaning race strategy is more important. Back markers now get out the way easier compared to previous games. Practice sessions sometimes are critical. This will include objectives to help research and development. Prime tyres can be the best race tyre but can also be slow and offers less grip at first, whereas the option tyre is much more quicker and offers grip but much shorter periods of time. Flashbacks also return this year. This time round they regenerate the more you race. This is much better if you're a novice or new to the series. The AI is more challenging. They will put up more of a fight and have no remorse in sticking one up on the inside, even on lower difficulties. Should you wish, assists and difficulties can be changed at any time in the start menu or even in the main menu. Race strategy is really important in F1 2013. You have to get it right, otherwise fuel and tyre life will ruin your race. What the engineer offers might be wrong sometimes, but will always update you during the race. Aside from season mode, multiplayer returns. This time round there is no VIP pass needed to go online. The co-op season mode is still available and you can still go on Grand Prix racing. If there's no online players available, AI cars will still replace them. Overall, F1 2013 is a great game and is definitely better than last year's with the inclusion of the Classics mode and a much more improved season challenge. Definitely worth picking up. We give this game 92%.